Hi, welcome back to more Endwalker. My name is Dimogen and I shall be your guide. A very croaky guide, sorry about this. I am ill. We're still on day 1 of early access release. As far as I'm aware, everything's been running really smoothly so far. The fact that the population is split by going to different zones has helped congestion. I believe that although I've been, happily playing for many hours now, I believe there have been issues with worlds going down. So it's not been completely smooth sailing, but Ragnarok, as far as I'm aware, has just been solid. Wrong. Service crash now, now I've said that. So, we're going to tip the scales. Zainua has a sack of giant skull for you. I don't want your sack. Here you are, a sack of the purest giant skull. We always set some aside for our alchemist friends. Help! Help! When you deliver it, let the good folk of the great work know we're grateful for their efforts. If they need more, they need but ask. Thavnair wants to play us at Triple Triad. He can't handle my Triple Triad skills. I haven't played Triple Triad in about 3 years. You discover a new location. You've discovered a new recipe. Ether currents. Let's grab these while we are here. This is a nice little... What are these things? Are these dodo nests? Oh, sorry. Hamster nests. I found this ether current. Tuning with ether current allows you to better understand the area's moves of the wind. Southeast. 436 yards. I suspect that's going to take us off the cliff. Yeah, it is. There's a cliff there, damn it. What the hell is that? Oh, that's the marble mount. I love that mount. I'm never going to get it because it's Blue Mage and I just don't play Blue Mage. We can't execute this time. Oh no. I mean, we can get this one because it's right there. I mean, technically we could jump down here, surely. But somebody has. Somebody's got down there already. Maybe we can actually just get down there. Maybe there's a pathway. Don't know. Either that or somebody's just like really far ahead of us. Which is very possible because, you know, I'm reading through everything. I'm just going to do the side quest instantly. There you are. Huh? What do you mean? I need to get back to work? Oh, have I really been out that long? I should really go. I was hoping to get a better look at the stage before I left. I'm sure you're busy, but could you assist me for a moment? Thank you. I'll inspect the walls, so could you make sure the stage is in order? Sure. Yes, peacocks. Symbol of the dancers, which are from Thavnair. Well, that seems... Cloth wavers exquisitely in the wind. No problems here. There's a small hole in the floor. That can't be good. Some of the paint is worn off. Could use a fresh coat. Don't know why I often do that. Somebody's got a sheep mount. That's what it is that I keep on hearing. Any problems? The floor and the paint. I'll have to fix them the next time I come by. Thank you for checking. You know, it seems odd that I've never met you until now. You wouldn't happen to be the adventurer sent by the students of Baldesia, would you? C'est moi. You are? And here I was delegating you menial tasks. If I'd known, I've always admired travellers like you. You see, I was studying to be a dancer under Mistress Nashmir at one time. I wanted to see the realm as I travelled for performances. Maybe I still can. Not as a dancer, of course, but as an alchemist. Oh, but we should hurry back to the great work. I don't want to cause any more trouble than I already have. I wonder, does her dialogue change if you are a dancer? Let me know down in the comments below if you happen to have done this quest as a dancer. Does her dialogue change? Because obviously she mentions Mistress Nashmira, and obviously I know who she is because I've leveled dancer to 80. Though, did I do the end quest for dancer? I can never remember which of the level 80 quests I've done. Where are we taking back? Oh, they're both going to here. Glowy in the dark. There we go. We've got our display. Yeah, there were definitely... Oh, you can see that there are... Oh, no. I mean, there weren't as many there either. So actually, there are more. I thought it said there were going to be fewer ether currents. That's clearly not the case. Ah, there you are. I heard you helped my colleague with the stage inspection while you were out. It's greatly appreciated. She really looks up to your kind, you know. She lost her chance to become a dancer due to an unfortunate injury, and now she's working to heal the sick and injured as an alchemist. She was so happy to meet you, as am I. Here, a token of our thanks. You are welcome, Monsieur Elephant. Okay. Let us take the giant skull back. Up. Ah, welcome back, Demagen. Dare I hope you have the giant skull? No, I've come back empty-handed because I'm a total adventurer. Oh my, such fine specimens. Thank you for bringing me these. We now have everything we need to make our next prototype, one that should be capable of passing our most rigorous tests. When it is ready, it will be time for the true test, so please take your ease while you can. Something is going to happen. Where are we going? To the beach? The deeps.
I see our taskmasters have allowed you a moment's respite as well.
Hi, Thancred. And others.
You have to hand it to these alchemists. They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed.
Yes.
I've never been one for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
Yeah, that's kind of the impression they've given.
They had better be, or all this effort was for naught.
Wow, Estinian.
The peoples of Eorzea, of the Far East, of Thavnair, children of this star united in common cause against a dire threat.
And Emmett said we'd never be able to do it.
Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telophoroi born of her body as were we? They who cling to life and the promise of the morrow's dawn, against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration.
Yeah.
The victors of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence.
Waxing poetical here, do we, Andre?
And its worth.
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you'd think. Fandaniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering. An utterly vile and unforgivable idea. And yet, when spat upon by fate and wailing in the deepest pit of despair, who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts?
True.
There are nights black as pitch, bereft of hope, and no words of comfort can reach you. And it's all you can do to grit your teeth and choke back the bile.
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear.
Aye.
Vengeance is nurtured in similar soil. Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
That about sums it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survival be damned. It's a struggle.
Very
Often
philosophical.
close and brutal.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing in the end.
And wouldn't that be interesting if Fandaniel chooses to live?
As will I. Besides, our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that.
Speak of the devil.
What is it? What did you see?
And Dinky Dink.
Fandaniel, are you sure? If he knows we've been working on
Of
a
course he
countermeasure-
already knows. He's a freaking assy and they always know.
It holds. The vessel holds. This is the one.
Does he want us to go?
At long last.
Well, he certainly knows now, unless he's deaf. Kind of get the feeling
Look,
we're going to come
We
back
have
to
finally
find all
created
of
a
these guys
talisman strong
slaughtered.
enough to withstand our experiments. We've named it a warding scale for the time being. With this in your possession, your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
Why do I need it?
Afforded such protection, any one of us may approach the towers without fear.
Oh, I suppose we don't need to worry
Thou
about
hast
it.
mine
The
admiration.
guys with us do.
'Tis an invention of historical significance.
Proof against tempering.
Thank you for your kind words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field.
So,
It
let's
is for
go.
the next stage of our plan that we summoned you in the first place. To accompany me to the Tower of
You're
Zod.
going.
Should the scale prove effective, as I very much hope it will, then you'll have little to do. But should the effect be weaker than anticipated,
It's actually not me
I
senseless.
must ask that you restrain me, or knock me senseless.
I can do that. Oh, you needn't ask. Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Either way, we are fortunate to have you with us.
True, you are. We're awesome.
Nidana, are you certain you wish to do this?
Yes. Life's work and all that.
If others are to trust our creations, then we must have faith in them first.
True.
And as the senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example.
And if it doesn't work, then one of you will become the senior researcher. And the cycle will continue.
But should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next. Our work must continue. Is that clear?
Yes. You have made it very plain.
We'll keep an eye on the place while you're away. Assuming Fandaniel is lurking about, there's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us.
Yes.
Be on your guard.
I mean, clearly he wanted us to see him. Because he
Shall
was
we be on
standing
our
out
way?
in the open.
I'll have one of the soldiers at the hatchery prepare
And he
us
could
a
have just
boat,
teleported
and we can
away,
set
but he
out
ran
from the
instead.
northern shore. I'll see.
Oops. Gone. I shall see you there. Yes, there's the perfumed rice. There's a really good sense of kind of tone in this place. Walrus? Sorry, Valrus. Where are we going from the beach? Yes. It would not make sense to go from the top of the hill. Boats tend to work best when near water. So it has often been said. Also, there's a small camp here. Oh no, that's what's its camp? This is a rather finer boat than I'd expected, but I won't complain. All that remains is to board and be on our way. Oh, and if I should become corrupted, do not stay your hand. Of course, I pray it does not come to that, but you must protect yourself. Other alchemists could fulfill my role, but you and your blessing are one of a kind, and perhaps our only hope for toppling this tower. For all our sakes, do not hesitate to do what must be done, whatever that may be. Well, the longer I draw this out, the more nervous I become. Let's be off. Head to the Tower of Zot.
We should soon cross the threshold of the tower's influence. Any moment now.
Bubbled.
It's working! And you are still yourself? Then I'd like to see how it fares closer to the tower if we could.
Have we got a way of slowing this boat down? If we need to. I don't like this.
So far, so good. The scale's protection appears to be holding. If we can just make it to the tower's entrance. A few more steps.
Why are we so far behind?
Praise be to the sisters, we made it! And the scale has proven itself to be everything we hoped it would be.
Don't get too excited.
Now we can focus on production. Once we've equipped and returned with an entire survey team, this menace will soon give up its secrets.
She's gonna die here.
What?
Gonna be drawn into the tower.
Ah!
Shit! A not unexpected development. Ooh. Ooh, this place is foreboding. Oh no. Many heffalumps.
Oh, let me go! Oh, let me go!
So it protects against the tempering.
Oh, do
No.
calm down. You'll only hurt yourself thrashing
Back off,
around
Thavnair.
like that.
Stop! Oh, you can't do this! Please!
Whoop. Oh shit.
A little late for heroics, I'm afraid. The similarities are striking. My! Such hostility! Never before has my artistry so displeased. My patrons of old would have positively squealed in delight, though, between you and me, I find gushing praise exhausting.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Allow me to tell you a story. Surely you've yet to hear the one about Vandaniel, the sundered Ascian.
Uh-huh. Please.
I inherited the position and the soul of the Vandaniel who sat on the convocation in the time of the final days, theoretically speaking.
Yeah.
Practically speaking, that fact is of no consequence. I was born and lived as, well, me.
So born into the
Eventually, I was
title.
recruited into the Ascians and imbued with the former Vandaniel's knowledge and memories, but I never felt that they were truly a part of who I am.
So he splits. He's still got all the memories. Somewhere. But he's too mad to...
How to explain? Perhaps if I told you who I was before my Ascian embrace, although that chapter too is a past I've long since discarded. I have it on good authority you've poked your nose into an Allagan ruin or two. Yes?
Yeah.
Then I expect you've heard of me. The old me.
Uh-oh, here we go.
At your service.
Oh, shit. Really?
Imagine a nation of unbridled prosperity.
So, chief scientist of
Every
Emperor
meal
Zandi.
met, day after day of unbroken, unshakable
So before he was
peace,
taken over by the Ascians.
existence fulfilled and ripe.
So is he why the Allagan Empire fell?
You are a genius without peer, Amon. However do you conceive of such delightful experiments? That fool was beside himself with panic when he awoke with the head of a bull. Even his cries for help emerged as so much guttural lowing.
Yeah, because he was the chief scientist, wasn't he? Experimenting with all manner of shit.
My poor sides. My friends and I were so consumed by laughter we struggled to breathe.
No more than entertainment for bored wastrels ignorant of its worth. My all-consuming work. But it was not their only indulgence. For they were ever hungry for stimulation. Slaves to the slightest hint that amused.
See, this makes him much more interesting. Because it reveals
Our
Allagan
nation
stuff
was
as well.
ailing, but I would see the poison purged. I resurrected a legend. Our
Yep.
first and greatest.
He brought
empire.
Zandy back.
And just as I had planned, he set our wayward empire back on the path of conquest.
It's interesting.
An inexhaustible ambition carried us onwards. Always onwards. Yet, he who delivered to us such glory.
Because we've had this idea of Fandaniel as a madman, but actually, this is calculating.
Heed me, Armon. No matter how vast one's empire, or full one's treasure vault, all is rendered meaningless by death.
Which is kind of the opposite of what Fandaniel's been espousing.
In the end, all is lost.
You know as well as I that the Emperor
Hi, Emmett.
stands to lose this war. And so I have come to claim you. For while your methods leave something to be desired, we cannot deny the results of your work. And as fortune would have it, the seat of Fandaniel, your rightful seat, lies vacant and waiting. Take your place amongst your
He took
peers,
Emmett's
rather
offer.
than die a pointless death amidst the ashes of your doomed nation. Send one of your clones to the Crystal Tower that you might see for yourself. See what lies ahead.
Those are new robes, aren't they? They're slightly changed. Ah, Emmett.
The fall of the Empire affirmed the truth. Majestic and tragic, as the Emperor foresaw. Scheme as you like, build as you will, nothing endures.
Yep.
What is life but a brief jaunt ending in emptiness?
Out, brief candle. Very interesting. Makes Fandaniel much more of an interesting villain than just a madman. Doesn't quite explain his link to the...
So easily distracted. Why, I almost left without saying farewell.
Yeah, almost.
As for your friend, you needn't worry. These pawns are far more useful to me alive as fuel for the primals.
Yes.
If you attempt to pull them free, they will die. So, enjoy tackling that conundrum with your comrades.
The fact that he's having fun. He can't beat
We
his own
shall
nature.
meet again. Not in one of these minor spires, oh no, but somewhere more suitably grandiose. Your favorite playmate is ever so eager to see.
Yay. We'll be back. Where did he throw the amulets? And I assume somebody wrote down what it was that it was made from and how it was made, because that would be terrible experimentation in scientific method if they hadn't. Well. Ah, you are returned. But where's Mistress Nadana? Shit happened. Minutia preserve, just when we succeeded in making the talisman. I must report this at once. Meanwhile, please return to the great work. Well, I mean, that went pretty much as I expected. in terms of what actually happened plot development-wise, but the revelation about Van Daniel actually having once been the big-hatted man is very interesting indeed. And it ties him in more directly to the lore. So he was a sundered Ascian, awoken by Emmett Selk just before the fall of the original fall of the Allagan Empire. And then Xande got involved. No, he got Xande before then. Dad cred. Something's gone awry, hasn't it? What happened? His hair. So it was Van Daniel after all. Damn that bastard. I'm sure you wanted to do more, but you were right to return here first. We must tread warily lest we endanger Nidana and the other captives. The satrap of Raz Athan. First, we must inform everyone of the situation, Nidana's colleagues included. I'll call them together for a gathering, but I think it would be best if you were the one to explain. Probably true. Shit went wrong. Oh no, shit went down. Oh, Nidana. Can you answer me this? The Nidana was trapped in the tower. She's still alive, yes? Nod. Then we must make warding scales. As many as we can. The prototype works perfectly. This Nidana proved a peril to herself. So let us make more scales that she and all those who were taken might be saved. Aye. As alchemists, this is how we will help win this fight. Hello? My friends, the satrap has been made aware of the tragedy. He offers his heartfelt condolences and reiterates his pledge to provide you with all that you require. To that end, he bade me give you this link pearl, that he might personally discuss the production of the warding scales with you. And for our Eorzean visitors, I bear an invitation. In a report, Mistress Nidana noted your vital contributions to the talisman's creation. This fact came to the satrap's attention, and in recognition of your deeds, he wishes to meet you. In addition to thanking you in person, he would also discuss further avenues of collaboration. And so, if it is agreeable, will you not accompany me to Raz Athan for an audience with His Excellency? Oh, yeah, we have lunch with kings and queens and people all the time. We should be honoured, of course. Closer cooperation between our lands can only be to the benefit of all. Then it is settled. Please come to the gates east of the Giant Skull grounds, and I will show you into the city. Ba, ba, ba. It's a very impressive entryway. The way to Raz Athan. Raz Athan. The giant elephant head statues are really cool looking. And the music's really nice as well. It reminds me very much of a Final Fantasy XI zone, this. Yeah, so this will take us to the other side. It's still not going to let us down there, is it? When last I visited, the city was brimming with life. I expect the tower has dampened the mood somewhat. Be it here or in Eorzea, all share in the desire to deliver the captives. Thus, united, I pray that we may join in a common cause with the satrap. Of the satrap, I only know the common tidbits, that though the position is hereditary, he is not considered sovereign, and that despite possessing considerable authority, he wields it sparingly. Given the esteem in which the locals hold him, however, it's safe to assume he's good at his job. He could do far worse for an ally. Is it going to be somebody we know? Is it going to be Gaius? Or Nero? No, it would be Nero. All present, and let us proceed. Owing to the threat of the tower, the city is currently in a state of high alert, and strict restrictions are in place for entry. Though you've been granted special permission, I ask that you remain close to me at all times. For now. For now. Emmett?
A vast rock squats upon Thavnair, and to its stony surface clings the city of Radz-at-Han. Ye who enter here are subject to the scrutiny of gods, the gate's most watchful eye. The orb which beholdeth the truth of all things.
I really wish they'd do something with the lighting engine for this. And that's not a reshade problem. That's a game engine problem.
Pass beneath its hot and piercing gaze, bearing down like a second midday sun.
Whee! Oh.
The fragrant haze, a mixture of sweet incense and acrid smoke. The cries of merchants mingled here with lively melodies accented by dancers' feet. Travelers seduced by vivid sound and colors were once swallowed up by patchwork streets.
Radz-at-Han.
But no such scenes to savor now.
I was wondering why it was echoing on
that
us.
Divine eye bear witness.
Half elven. Oh no, just can't see the top of her ears. Huh. Slow walking. Yeah, everybody looks more worried and concerned about things. Elephant statue lamp thing.
Here we are. Megaduta.
The palace of the satrap.
It seems a shame to bring you here directly. Under normal circumstances, it would have been my pleasure to show you the sights.
And it would have been our pleasure to see them. Alas, it seems our tour of the city will have to wait.
Ever
I'm
the
afraid
diplomat,
so.
Thancred.
Come, we should head inside.
I'm wondering, actually, if Vashan is going to be a red herring. And actually, it's the satrap himself who's going to be Vitra. And Estinian's almost certainly going to work that out.
Your Excellency, may I present our honored visitors?
Hi.
Ah, splendid. Most splendid. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ahawan, satrap of Radz-at-Han. Our alchemists tell me your assistance was invaluable in the creation of the warding scale. Such deeds ought to be recognized in person. Thus did I have young Varshan convey you here forthwith. On behalf of my people, may I express to you our sincere gratitude.
And I could be wrong. It could be neither of them. Not everything went to plan.
I assume you speak of Nedana. A regrettable incident indeed. Her colleagues insist that we honor her wishes and trust in the talisman, that it will be instrumental in saving Nedana and the others.
Yep.
I am eager to hear your opinion on the matter, so let us not stand on ceremony. Come.
The detail
sit.
on the cushions, particularly well done. And it probably looks terrible up close.
I think not. This charade has gone on long enough. Show yourself.
Forgive me, but were you expecting musicians, perhaps? There are no performers waiting in the wings at present, but arrangements could be made if you'd prefer.
Nay, he hath the right of it. The time for artifice is past.
The dragon behind the
Raise
curtain.
the curtain.
As you wish.
Ah, so it wasn't the boy. He was indeed the red herring.
You travel as assistants to the students of Valdesian.
Hi,
But you
Veteran.
are known to me. Even here have we heard of the scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Nice tusks.
I am Vritra.
Vritra.
And
I've been
for
pronouncing it
years
wrong.
Uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode.
Like the fact that they've got the dragon.
Of the first brood, sibling to Hraesvelga and Nidhogg.
Aye, mine elder brothers.
Was the
When
youngest.
Godson was spawn, I was last to hatch.
Well, isn't this a surprise? We were told Radzat Khan had an alliance with a dragon. Not that a great worm sat in the satrap's own hall.
A necessary subterfuge, as the true tale of our nation history illustrates most effectively. In the beginning, the rock upon which our city is built was home to Vitra, and
It
Vitra
looks like
alone.
Vitra's nose.
In time, the ancestors of the Matanga came to the island and established a foothold. But never did they dare disturb the worm's lair.
Sensible, one would
Next
imagine.
to arrive with the Aura. Adopting the example of their Akasodra allies, they too treated Vitra with reverence and respect. And for many years, an understanding between our forefathers and the Great Worm endured.
But then,
Until marauding heroes from the mainland came, threatening to shatter our peace and tranquility. When it seemed all would be drowned in blood, Vitra himself came
see,
forth
he's pronouncing it
and
Vitra.
quelled the rising conflict. A peaceful accord was reached, and oaths sworn in Vitra's name. Thus began the dragon's governance of the fledgling state, which was to grow into Radzat Khan.
But you can't really have a dragon on the throne.
But if Vritra is still here, then your position as satrap is just...
Facade.
A charade, yes. And one which my family has performed faithfully for generations.
Many envy the great worms their power. Were it known that I ruled here, then the fires of war would burn without end. I would not be the flame which consumeth my people. Those few who join me in laying our country's foundations were, perforce, sworn to secrecy.
Uh-huh.
Your eye. It was taken.
Oh, yes.
'Tis here, buried within
Ah,
a
I was right.
semblance of flesh.
Kind
the
of.
body before thee is but a simulacrum, constructed by the finest
well, no, I was
artisans
right then.
of Radzat Khan.
Not the
With
biggest
mine
red
eye
herring.
nestled within, it doth serve as an inconspicuous vessel for my will.
Yes.
That would explain why I felt the presence of a dragon upon our first meeting.
I am woven with words fashioned to deceive such arcane senses.
You don't know who he is, do you?
Though 'twas short-lived, it seemeth
Oh, he
thy
does.
fusion with my brother hath left thee much altered. Destiny in warm blood. From the very first, We sensed the nature of one another, yet did neither one of us bear his fangs.
Well, they are much changed.
That is all I need know of thee for now.
Comrades in arms, as they are to be.
With my secret thus revealed, I have for you a proposal. Not as
That's a massive chamber.
Brood, but as the ruler of Rads at Han. With all haste must we take in hand the finished talismans and breach this foul spire. Thence, should it lay within our power, dispel its wicked influence. Yet even with the
Got a really
assurance
odd
of
face.
warding scales, the narrow confines of the tower doth limit the size.
Is it dungeon time?
And thus denied strength in numbers, thou must choose thy soldiers with care.
Just so. Yet though our radiant host is formidable, I see a surer path before me.
Equip us with your talismans.
Thou and thy comrades have contended with a multitude of primal beings. Most recently, thou didst cast down false gods in Pagalthan and Cartanau, I am told.
And, you know, killed Asians.
'Tis upon that strength I would call. The Scions have proven themselves the most capable, and
Why, thank you. I have tried.
the tip of our spear. Talismans would, of course, be provided for each of thy companions, and should you agree to this undertaking, more will be provided to make use of as you see fit.
Okay.
There's no denying it's a dangerous proposition, but the rewards may far outweigh the risk. Just think of what we might accomplish if we could equip all our allies with warding scales.
Yeah.
I worry, however, that even the four of us may be too few for what you have in mind. Might we regroup with our friends first to discuss the matter?
Oh, is this where the paths are going to reconverge? Before we go to the dungeon?
'Tis no trifling task that I have laid before you.
So we have to do both paths before we finish the first dungeon.
And hone your plans. Such time as you require shall be spent in crafting your protective charm.
It seems a quick trip back to Sharlayan is in order.
Okay.
Wilt thou not lend thine aid?
Whether your request be made as a great worm or the ruler of Rads at Han, I see no reason to refuse, nor will I.
I am in thy debt.
That's such a cool counterpoint. The fact that we've come here with Estinian and found that his greatest foes, you know, a creature that he devoted his life to slaying, is the ruler of a nation that is now. Yeah, I mean, obviously Estinian's gone through a big character arc in terms of dealing with dragons. That meeting took a rather unexpected turn, but we now have a clear objective ahead of us. Let us rejoin our comrades in Sharlayan and muster a suitable crew for our foray into the Tower of Zot. Oh, and if you haven't already done so, be sure to attune to the ether right here before departing, unless of course you enjoy violent nausea. I have not. Oh. Right, so there's definitely no way of getting down here yet. Southwest. Yeah, this is going to be down. Yeah, it's going to be just down there. Okay. So we have attuned to the Aetherite, so we can get back. Back we go then. To Sharlayan. Now, is it going to allow us to go straight into the dungeon from here? Or... oh, you can just click on the one that you want. But you double click on the name. Vitra and his alchemists have prepared us for our foray into the tower. What we may accomplish within its twisted halls remaineth to be seen. That Arcasaura languished in Telophorite languish. In Telophorite chains doth forewarn us of the nature of our foe. It is the gods of Thavnair who will be summoned to thwart us. The conflict between Nidhogg and I is in the past, and though they were brothers, it has no bearing on my view of Vitra. Above all else, he is a leader of men, not an enemy. He would hardly dedicate his life to this endeavour if he bore our kind any ill will. Quite right, Justinian. Just as I was getting used to balmy Thavnair, we're back in chilly Sharlayan. Take care not to catch your death, eh? We need you for the battles to come. Now then, your investigation here remains, but when that's over, we can take stock of all the developments and discoveries. Yeah, so we're going to have to do the entirety, by the look of it, of the other side. I wonder how balanced that is going to be in terms of time requirements. Kind of a shame, actually, because I was kind of hoping that we'd get to do a dungeon next, just to, you know, keep the pace going. But hey, so that's going to be that for that episode. That is the entirety of the Thavnair stuff done for now. Some cool revelations there. The stuff with Fandaniel as Amon, really cool. The stuff that with Vitra as being the actual ruler of Radzat-Han, also very cool. Just, it's almost like there's a little bit of, I don't want to say mundanity, but kind of this kind of quality of stuff. And then there's just that little bit of a spike of, oh shit, moments. And then a little bit more, and it's like, oh shit. So it's like that, you know, it's a proper tension graph of how a story should be done properly. You know, there's the tension of the threat hanging over our head with the towers, and then there's little bits of interspersed lore and background and callbacks that just help to elevate it in certain situations. But it never dips. It never goes. Well, no, it never goes below that kind of tense and suspenseful baseline. There's just these little spikes of extra flair and pizzazz to make sure that we are staying invested and staying interested in what is going on. And you know, that's quality writing. Surprise. So that's going to be it for this episode. If you did enjoy it, please do drop it a like and let me know in the comments below if you were as surprised by the Amon reveal as I was, because I suspect pretty much everybody would be. Until next time, stay safe, happy endwalking, toodle pip.
Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.